All right, Juventini, let's go. We are live. Look at this, everybody ready to fire it up. Let's go. Let's go. That's right, Omer. We are here for Match Day Live. I don't know why it's kicked off the clock. Let me reset this for everybody. But yes, we are here. We're ready to go. We need this victory, okay, and get all cylinders basically firing as we head into the PSG matchup. So of course we have the lineup. We saw the lineup. We just covered it in the match day live as well. So you're gonna have Perin in goal. Quadrado's gonna drop to fullback with Danilo Bremer. You've got Sandro as the outside. In the middle of the park, Paredes, no rest for the wicked, just joined and he's in there immediately. So we're gonna go with Paredes, Locatelli, McKennie. A lot of question marks about how that is going to play out. Is it going to truly switch into this 4-2-3-1? We will wait and see, but we're getting ready for kickoff here. Teams are lined up, just doing obviously the photos. I'll have that brief anthem, and then they're going to go Fiorentina in their standard 4-3-3 setup. Okay, Jovic up top for them. He'll be one to watch for. As we talked about, Fiorentina likes to attack in numbers. They like to send numbers and bodies forward, usually 6 you'll find in and around the area. But if they do that fully against Juventus and risk that counterattack? They are suspect at the back. I will say this, Fiorentina is suspect at the back, and we could take advantage. Up top for Juventus, we talked about middle of the park, McKennie, Paredes, Locatelli. Up top, Di Maria, Milic, and Kostic. Milic has looked very strong so far with Juve in the cameos he's been making. So let's see. Let's get into this and see if we can get her going. So sorry, I apologize. There's the delay there. I'm about a minute off. We're getting into it right now. Here we go. Let's go. And my feed is just trying to get caught up here. Come on. Come on. There we go. Minute 20 in. Don't mind the clock. About a minute off. Fubo TV letting me down again with the lags. I apologize. Luis, you got me going here. You caught it. I'm on it. We're a minute and 30 in. Juventus in their own end trying to get her out here. We've got Fiorentina being pushed back here. Kostic putting the pressure on. Fiorentina backtracking all the way back to keep her here. Milik will apply a little bit of pressure. See if Juventus gets in bit of a strong press here, a little bit slow as it goes out to the side to Biraghi. Oh, great pressure there. Come on, Paredes inside to Milik. Oh, Milik at the top of the area, just couldn't settle it. Fiorentina clears, and now they're trying to go up on the wing there, and Sandro goes in hard there. Hard there on Kouami. Both men down. Ref comes over, so there we go. Oh, man. So, let's see here. Man, nice press so far out of the gate there. Paredes involved early on. Finding Milik at the top of the area. Just couldn't get that ball out of his feet there to get that shot going. So let's see here. We've got, free kick. It looks like it's going to be for Fiorentina. So Fiorentina on it now in their own end. And just switching field over to the left side. Igor's on it now. He's backtracking, always backtracking. Juve in good position. Di Maria putting some pressure on the keeper. He slides the ball out to Igor. Igor's going to look up their left flank to come up. And he actually goes for a cross, switch field. And it was cut off by Sandro, but lost by Kostic, unfortunately, there. McKennie on the left side of the mid. He finds himself there. Through ball. Sandro tried to cut it off, just couldn't. Fiorentina in a crossing scenario here. Blocked by Sandro, out for Fiorentina throw. KG start, everybody. Okay, so KG start in this one. They're going to go at it. This is going to be interesting to see how open this game plays out. Fiorentina's at home. They haven't scored in 3 matches, so they're going to be raring to get a goal. Juve has only allowed 1. Something's got to give in this one, everybody. Something's got to give. So let's see. While you're here, everybody, like the video. Let's go. Let's get those likes up. Come on. And let's get some chants going. Let's get fired up for this one, everybody. Come on. So Fiorentina just playing it around the back. They're just moving it around. They're just looking Juve in position right now. Their defensive shell. Quadrado cuts off a lazy crossfield ball from Fiorentina. Ball played inside, outside, back outside to Quadrado. Quadrado inside to Paredes, puts him under, but he just immediately rifles it. It gets deflected off a Fiorentina player. Ball bounces around a bit. Looks like it's going to head out for a throw-in for Juventus, but it's pinned right against the corner flag on the right flank, Quadrado's side. He's on the throw. So, Tom Snipes, of course, winner on our Match Day Live. We just did. Saying thanks again for the chance to win the kit. Wins win because the content is blessed on this channel. Thank you for the kind words, man. Much, much appreciated. We love bringing the content, and we just are happy that you're all enjoying it, okay? So, fantastic stuff. Bob Yogasal, as always, a regular. Great content, as always. Much appreciated, Bobby. I love doing these watch-alongs, okay? And it just happened to work at a great time, 6 a.m. my time. Everybody's still sleeping. I'll wake them up if we score, I promise. But it's great when it works out like this. So we have a Fiorentina free kick over on our right flank, their left flank. Biraghi over it. They've got everyone up in and around the area. Ball falls to the back post here. They're going to look to cross it in again. They drop it at the top of the area. Cross coming in. Header goes wide. So, yes, and Milinkovic, defender for Fiorentina, did get up, and he did get to that one. He was lined up with McKennie and then jumps in on Milik's back. Complaints about foul there, but Milik gets to it. It goes wide. Juve looking for the call on that, so let's see. All right. And Cliff joining us. My man Cliff. Morning Juventini. Hit that like and subscribe. Appreciate it, man. Happy to see you here. Let's get this victory for Juve. Oh, interesting through ball attempt there from Milik, looking for Kostic on that flank. Fiorentina coming back now on their left flank. Attacking Quadrado's flank so far in the early minutes as we're at 6 minutes. Don't mind my ticker. It's about a minute off there, okay? And I can't catch it up, unfortunately, is what it is. All right. Fiorentina in here. Di Maria trying to play it out. Gets Milik. Milik gets the foul, and Juve will be able to regroup there and move forward there. So let's go. And Tom Slade saying, at least Victor Valm isn't commentating today on Fubo. Fubo, I tell you, those commentators, I don't know where they get them. I don't know where they find them. But, hey, I'm available. I'm available. Just saying, for Juve matches, I'm available. I don't want to call any other teams. Let's go. Come on. Let's get her going. Let's get the chance going here. Come on. Quadrado looking inside. Oh, Milik trying to make a turn. Oh, they do manage to save it here. Sandro up to Kostic. Kostic on the flank. Does not cross it in. Has it inside to Paredes. Paredes now scanning. Finds Locatelli. Locatelli goes back. It's Bremer. No, sorry, that was Danilo. Danilo back to Bremer. Now inside. Cross to the back post. Trying to find Milik there. Oh, falls out. Has a hit from Locatelli, but blocked and kicked out by Fiorentina. Cleaned up by Bremer. Back in possession now with Juan Quadrado. He goes inside to Paredes. Great touch from Paredes there as Quadrado really rocked that pass into him. And Paredes' touch is good. So far it looks good. Juventus now starting to control. Back inside here. Di Maria now scanning. Ball inside to Milik. Oh, ball to the nice corner for Quadrado. Quadrado stops it. Gonna have a cross in. Back post. Kostic! Kostic! Clears it. Are they onside? Oh, yes, Milik. There you go. There you go. There you go. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. 1-0 Juve. Come on. Didn't think it was going to stand. Didn't think it was going to stand. Thought it was offside, but oh, man, beautiful, beautiful play. The play from Juve in this one. Milik finds Quadrado. He's onside late there. He waits, has that cross, Kostic with the one-timer, and Milik money on the spot. I did think Milik was offside, but it turns out there's a defender closer to the byline that was holding him on. I want to take another look at this one, but this is fantastic. Great goal, and it looks like it's standing. Oh man, so I called it. I called it on the Match Day Live today, and Joe Cappuccino didn't believe me, but I said Milik's gonna get a brace today. This is one early on. Oh man, here we go. 1-0. We're 9 minutes 30 seconds in. Let's chalk this one up, baby. Let's go. So they are checking it. They are still checking it, and it's good. 1-0, baby. 1-0. We never chalk them up until we know 100%, and this one's in there. So let's chalk this one up on the board. 1-0 for the good guys, everybody. 1-0 for the good guys. Put that one up. Love it. There you go. It's on the board. Let's go. That one's for those who hated the signing. He's money. Luis Barbosa coming in there with that one. For those who hated the signing. I was talking about the Milik signing, and I will say this. First of all, everybody was on management for going from Depay to Milik, but then we found out that there was an agreement with Depay. Barca wouldn't release. Milik, I said this after the signing. It could have been a blessing in disguise, and the reason is because Milik might be that more of the team guy that might actually help Vlahovic himself grow and evolve further than Depay, who seems a more individual-based persona, right? Fiorentina coming back at us after a bad giveaway. They do end up with the cross there, and it's easily handled by Perin there. Another luxury not a lot of teams have is we have Perin when Szczesny went down, has an ankle injury, obviously, after landing funny in the Spezia match. Perin's a number one as well, so fantastic. Milik is scoring. This is good. And the way we've been moving the ball, we just can't let up now, okay? Because Fiorentina's going to want to come back at us. They're going to want to get some action in here. Thought that was a foul on Cuadrado. It is a foul, okay? Very, very harsh challenge there from Fiorentina. 11 minutes, 17 seconds in here. Let's go. All right. So we have... Oh, I was getting nervous there when Seeker of the Truth said audio's gone. I did accidentally mute it at one point last watch along, and I thought, oh man, these stream decks are great, but the buttons are super sensitive, okay? So it can happen. Just call it out there. So let's go. Tom Snipes giving props to the management. They're making quality moves. Absolutely they are. Absolutely. They made some quality moves. All right. So 1-0 Juve. This is how we need to keep it rolling, but don't let up. Do not let up. Not on Fiorentina, who will send bodies forward. They are playing at home. Look at them. They're still in the full press. So Fiorentina's falling down 1-0, still in a full press. They are suspect at the back, though. I said this in the watch along. They are suspect at the back line, and Juve needs to take advantage. We have early on. There is a challenge from Paredes, who's been pressing very, very heavily so far, 12 and a half minutes into this game. There's a foul on Amrabat there. But Juve needs to take advantage. And they've been moving the ball very, very nicely. Locatelli, Paredes, Di Maria. Di Maria, you see him lined up on the right side now. On the goal we scored, he actually drifted to the left side, then finding Milik, who then found Cuadrado. Because when Di Maria drifts like that, it opens up that flank. And that's how Cuadrado found that space. Fantastic stuff from Juve. But now, we can't go into the shell just because we're 1-0 up. We're only 13 minutes into this game, so let's push forward and let's get going, everybody. Let's get going. Come on. Let's go. Fiorentina now, again, trying to come up this left flank for them, which is Cuadrado's on our end. He sees this one out for a corner kick on a low cross that was attempted in by Sotil. So far, it looks like that is the main flank that Fiorentina wants to operate on, and that's the left side. For us, it's our right with Cuadrado at fullback today. Biraghi's on the corner kick for Fiorentina, getting ready to take it. There's Biraghi. Cross in, handled and cleared. Back out, they're going to put it back into Biraghi, who's going to quickly look to get it back in the mixer, and he does, and this one's very high and wide, going out to the opposite byline. Fiorentina backtracking now. And looks to win a 1v1. He does. think that was against Kostic there. They turn and fire. Oh, they're open at back post. Oh, well done by Bremer to get in there and block. Well done. Wow. Huge block there. So Fiorentina ramping up the pressure. I said they were going to send bodies. They were going to send everybody. They have another corner kick. Biragi's on it. They're not going to back down. They're not going to sit there and just, take a thrashing by any means. They're going to send bodies forward. That's how they play. We have to be sharp and we have to keep playing our game. Milik there. Oh, yeah. Easy foul there. That's going to be a card. As Milik takes a great touch to play it around his man. Easy yellow card there. Easy yellow card. And Milik looks great. Cuadrado and Bremer on that block. Absolutely. Bremer is a beast, Omer. Okay. Bremer is an absolute unit. Huge block there by Bremer. Okay. Fantastic stuff. So we got 1-0 Juventus. We're at closing in on 15 minutes. Amrabat just getting a yellow card there. Man, that kind of ruined one of my predictions. I needed a card in the 34th minute from Fiorentina, but I did say they would be the first team to get a card. So that kind of helps my prediction. And I'm on a Milik brace, so I'm halfway there already. Let's go. 15 minutes, 15 seconds in. Let's go. Long ball, played up, heading Milik's way. Fiorentina trying to see if they can play out from there. A little bit of pressure from Juventus here. McKennie. Oh, a little bit of a giveaway there. Now Fiorentina looking to extend the ball, but it was blocked. Seen out. Showing that replay now of it falling back post there. Huge block. Cuadrado and Bremer both selling out. Bremer being the one that sees it out. Just an absolute beast. Italiano losing it. Not happy with that one. Now, I will try to keep this intact, and I'm keeping an eye on minutes. Let me know if I fall off too track, as Fubo's doing some funny things and my feed is lagging a bit, so hopefully I'm still on pace. I'm at 16 minutes 15 seconds. Okay, roughly a minute off my ticker here, so should be the same. Again on the left flank for Fiorentina through Sotil. Sotil's trying to cut in. Paredes close it down. Amrabat now challenged. He has to just force the ball to the outside. They're now on their right flank. Cross into the back post. Put back into the middle. Juventus able to take control there. Again, need to settle the control there. Kostic battling. Does not get any call there. None doing. And Fiorentina again coming off. So we are closing in on 17 minutes here. Sotil again. Fiorentina dropping it to the back here. Try to get fully caught up here. Come on, Fubo. Again, Fiorentina over on the side. They're just retreating here. Milik applying pressure. A lot of energy out of Milik. Like, that's the one thing I've noticed from the cameos and whatnot, is he looks good. He's got a good pace about him. I don't remember Milik being so pacey. Like, he's very, very quick. And he's got the size too, so I just didn't expect it. It's great. Great stuff. Fiorentina, again, continuing to work here. Again on the left flank. It's Biraghi. Di Maria on him this time. He just gets a corner there. Has a low cross in there, but it's handled. Juventus now carrying the ball forward, and they need to do this. They need to hold some possession here. McKennie pops a ball over the top, out onto the wing. Kostic battling for it, does very well there against his defender. And oh my god, my feed is timing out here. Kostic battling. Fubo just not doing well for me today. Frustrating. Juventus in possession, working it around. Again, just over a minute out on the ticker there. 18 minutes, 30 seconds right now. Juve in control, working it around the back. Danilo now over to Bremer. Bremer's taking a look. He's going to go across to Cuadrado. Cuadrado's going to scan. He's coming inside. Oh, ball out for, should be a Juve throw. Yes, and it is. Locatelli there. Little bit slow to react there from Luca. Fiorentina lobbying for a call on the last cross that came in there, where Paredes got his foot stuck in there, but none doing. Paredes wavering, get up, let's go. Let's see, we got Fiorentina again, left flank. So Fiorentina will be playing up this left flank, it looks like, for its entirety. They want to go through Biraghi. Oh, so Teal tried to cut inside there. He did split Di Maria and Cuadrado, but it was cleaned up. Cleaned up Paredes there. And now played forward. Milik battling for it with Amrabat. Not able to get it. Now Juve just forcing them backwards, forcing Fiorentina to move back. And yet again, lagging. Fubo lagging. Come on. Come on. So Dominique saying that every team we're playing against looks like prime Barcelona. Yeah, I mean, in terms of possession, we are suffering in terms of possession this particular game. In the other ones, it's been a lot more balanced. But right now, we're only 20 minutes in. But yeah, and it was better before we scored that goal. But again, Juve needs to regain that possession. So I'm with you on that, Dominique. They have to regain the possession here. Quick reminder for everybody that's tuning in on this watch along right now. Let's get those likes up, okay? So hit that like button. It all helps, all right? If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. All Juve, all the time. That's all you need to know. So Cliff dropping that so far. Paredes has surprised me. He's been good in this one for closing in on 21 minutes in. Yeah. He's a very, very clean, neat, and tidy player. No nonsense. Like, he's not flashy. He's just effective. He's just effective and efficient. He's got great touch, and he does have good vision. We will hopefully see more, but it starts with Juve getting possession. We need to start to regain possession and start to hold it. Fiorentina dominating the possession right now. And again, trying to work in the middle there for once rather than the flank, but that's closed down. We're not giving teams, and we talked about this, this will be big in the next one on Tuesday against PSG. You cannot let teams operate in the middle. So we're forcing teams to the outsides and then trusting the defense with Bremer, Danilo, whatnot to clean things up. Last game it was Bremer, Gatti. We're just trusting them to clean everything up. Fiorentina now with Amrabat about 35 yards out. He slots it over to the right flank. They're scanning back in the middle to Amrabat. He closes in, trying to go up the middle. It's clogged. Juve will not give the middle. And that is one thing that's been a staple across all the matches so far. Juve will not surrender the middle of the pitch. So you have to work on the flanks with us. McKennie has a lot of space to carry the ball forward. Here he comes. He looks like he's going to take his defender on. Still has the ball. Slots it over. We're scanning. Locatelli inside to Di Maria. Di Maria cutting across. Now up to the left side. Here comes Sandro. Scanning. Tries to go back post there. Oh, misses the mark on Milik, who was open there. I talked about Fiorentina at the back. They are susceptible to basically leaving guys open, free headers, losing their man. They're susceptible to this. There are opportunities for Juventus to take advantage. We've already done that earlier. So everyone drop your predicted possession for end of half. Cliff is going to say 55-45 for Fiorentina to finish the first half. Yeah, that's probably a decent one. It will get closer and it will tighten up. Juve in possession right now. Bremer has it back to Perin. Perin's going to scan. Fiorentina basically manning up on everybody. Not a full press, but pretty much seeing how Juve is going to play out of this one. So right now it's with Bremer. Bremer would likely try to come out. Oh, a great one touch in from Locatelli. Springs McKennie. Is McKennie going to take his man on? He's slowing down. He's backing up. Oh, man, that was a class touch from Luca there. And now Locatelli on it again. Scanning. Paredes comes in as an option. They're very bunched up on the left side now with Di Maria coming over and being free. It's now with Kostic. And Kostic goes all the way back to Danilo. Danilo's going to slot it over to Bremer. Bremer's going to take a look here. Finds Di Maria. And Di Maria scanning. Goes inside to McKennie. McKennie has a man all over his back there. Loses it. Now, Juve finds the ball back. Oh, Fubo's lagging again. I'm all over the place here. 23 minutes, 41 seconds. Okay. 24 minutes even now. So I got to keep doing this. It's frustrating that Fubo can't just keep on track for me. Doing my best, everybody. Fubo, get on Fubo. I'm going to have some backlash and some words for Fubo, let me tell you. But Juve maintaining possession now. Okay, so working it around. It's Quadrado. Quadrado back to Bremer. Bremer's going to go all the way back to Perin. Little bit of pressure coming from Fiorentina here. Oh, yeah, foul, easy one there. Oh, no, no call there. 24 minutes, 35 seconds. Fiorentina pushing forward. Scanning. Fiorentina just scanning. Scanning with possession here. Try and go. Scanning up and around again. Ball byline here to Biraghi. Goes backwards. Scanning. Milenkovic over to the side there. Trying to get a cross in. It's blocked. Falls inside. There's a shot Perin handles. 25 minutes, 11 seconds in. Perin with a save there. Tries to take that shot. It was left footer and it was on target, but Perin there easily handled. I cannot do that because I'm not in the States, Amir. So, no, it's Fubo for me. And right now, they got to step it up. They got to step it up. Inside, McKennie battling for it on the side, looking for a Juve throw. It's going to be Fiorentina as Biraghi goes backwards to Igor. And Fiorentina in control. It's Amrabat. Always working, always scanning. Again, we know Juve's game defensively is to push you to the outsides. So they're scanning. Fiorentina working it around. Here's Igor. Again, will go down the left flank. Quadrado starts to close down on Sotil. Sotil scanning. Go the back to Biraghi. Biraghi again back to Igor. Over to the Milenkovic, back to Igor, just working it around. Fiorentina looking for some windows of opportunities. Juve clamped down in their shell. Trying to take McKennie on there. McKennie deflects the pass from Sotil that tries to go inside, out for a Fiorentina corner. So Juve will start to mark up again. This corner kick is going to be taken by Biraghi. So that's been where Fiorentina wants to attack from. There's Biraghi with a good corner in. Cleared out to the outside. Amrabat with an opportunity to hit from the top of the area, and he puts it maybe out of the stadium potentially. That was awful. So, miles off from Amrabat, but we'll take it all day. Let's get the chance going. Come on, let's pick it up. We need some more possession from Juve. We need to get back to the start of the game where we were showing some attacking prowess. Got to get back to that. Let's go. Paredes over to the side there, dropping it back now. Great, Tom Snipes, great shot by Amrabat. Keep it up. Yes, I love it. I love it. Please keep the shots coming like that. Ooh, nicely done by Paredes to find it over, beating the press, getting it over to Bremer. Bremer looking inside for McKennie, but that's cut out, but Bremer gets it back. Now it's with Di Maria. Di Maria can attack. He's got space. This is the guy you want running at the defenses. Slots it over to McKennie. McKennie's got space. Shoot that, McKennie. Falls to the back post. Kostic has a rip and it's blocked. McKennie has to shoot that. You have to shoot that, McKennie. Trying to slot it back inside, but oh man, McKennie, you were onside. You're on the pace. I know you're trying to slot it in for Locatelli there, but he's got the man on there. He has to shoot that. McKennie has to shoot that. You've got a clear sight on goal. Just have a rip. Shoot the ball, McKennie. Oh, we're going to want that one back. Mac's going to want that one back. Corner in from Juve. Get to it. Keeper comes out and punches it out. Still in Juve's control. Oh, no, we missed it. We missed it. Fiorentina coming. There's a fast break. He's behind us. Perin coming out. There's a shot, and they've leveled it. And they leveled it just like that. Just like that, they've leveled it. Oh, frustrating times, Juventini. Caught on the fast break off a corner kick, and it's Kouami there for Fiorentina. And that's a frustrating one. Oh man, what did I say? What did I say? We were gonna want that one back, okay, with McKennie having an opportunity there. It's not saying that he was gonna score or whatnot and that they wouldn't have turned around, but corner kick, fast break opportunity, those ones hurt. And we had the opportunity there. Di Maria missed it on the bounce. And it looks like Paredes was on the far side because it's all our quick guys back. Paredes, Cuadrado, whatnot, and nobody could close down Kwame there. And he just slots through short side on Perin there. That is frustrating. Frustrating there. Okay, so yeah, that's a tough one. Juve's got to pick it up here. We're at ones now, and it's got to get better in terms of possession. But not only that, those one-off opportunities. If we're gonna be playing like this and not getting that possession, McKennie's got to do better in that position. He's got to shoot. He's got to shoot. Tries to play that one into Locatelli while the defender's on him. Should have just had a rip. So frustrating stuff from Juventus. Still, all in all, with McKennie not shooting there, it was a corner kick, and we just weren't able to regain that possession after the keeper punched it out there. They are checking this one, Juventine, okay? So ref is listening in his ear as they are checking it. Maybe, just maybe, Kwame was offside. Let's hope for an offside. But all in all, regardless of what happened with McKennie, it was a corner kick that we need to be better in regaining the possession. That goal stands. It's 1-1. So we need to step it up here. Need to step it up in terms of possession and getting going at them. There again, in the manner that Fiorentina plays, there's space and opportunity for us to take advantage of them on counters. But we are basically, we're not reacting quick enough. And certain opportunities were McKennie running at the defense, which aren't his strong suit. The last one, like Di Maria running at the defenders, that makes it a lot more interesting, and that's how McKennie was able to free up that space, because Di Maria will draw a defender a lot quicker than a guy like McKennie will. But 31 minutes in, it's 1-1, and Juve needs to pick it up again. So we need to start getting possession here. We can punish this team. We've had the opportunities. We've had the spaces. It's just got to get better. But we need to start controlling the game a little bit more. Fiorentina just controlling things. Amrabat now again over to the left side. It's Sotil who does well to hold that in. He's coming at Cuadrado's flank. Cuadrado closing him in the area, shoulder to shoulder. No call. Easy, Quad. Easy. So Milik with a header over there onto the left side for us to Kostic. Sandro with an awful touch there, and then the foul. Had to take the foul as he gets beat. That's going to be a card. Should be an easy one, and there you go. There you go. A lot of shouts instantly. Hanin coming in here. Get McKennie off the field. Useless. Well, yeah, it's not been a good half for McKennie. Has not been a good half for the American. That is for sure. Sandro with an awful touch there. He has to do it. Cuadrado coming in there and burying the shoulder. Almost no play for the ball there in our area. Questionable way to do it. You just hate leaving things in refs' hands, and it's not enough play for the ball there for me, to be honest. I'm not saying I'd call it, but you just, why leave things like that in refs' hands? Like, just don't do that, Quad. Anyways, Fiorentina on possession now, and this is getting, and I'm with you, Tom Snipes, like 100%. Cuadrado scares me sometimes. He really, really does. So let's see. Let's see what we can do here. Fiorentina again coming at us. Here's Paredes turning. Just trying to maintain possession. Doesn't get the call there. Fiorentina coming out, and there's a free kick. Here's a free kick in a very, very dangerous spot. And I agree with you. I agree with you that in the Prem, never a penalty on that one for Cuadrado. However, Serie A, these things are coin flips. But Jovic doing well there for Fiorentina, winning the free kick there. So they were looking at the offside for Kwame there. Never an offside. He was well in. So 1-1. Frustrating equalizer there to give up by Juve. And now they have to deal with a free kick in a very dangerous position. Perin lining up his wall here. So Jovic, a threat from these 100%. It's him and Sotil that appear to be over. Actually, Beragi's over it with Sotil. Jovic not even standing over there, so I'm okay with that because he is a threat from those. It looks like Biragi and Sotil standing over this one. I've seen Biragi, I think, hit one. But Sotil backing up now. Amrabat having words with Biragi. Let's see who ends up taking this one. Nervous times. 34 minutes, 42 seconds. Fiorentina on a dead ball. Here comes Sotil. Hits it. Blocked by the wall. Strong wall there. Goes out. Fiorentina throw. Goes down 35 minutes here. Let's go, Juve. We need to pick this up. And PSG gonna thrash you guys. Well, hey, let's wait and see what happens. That's why the games are played. I hope we don't play like this against them. I'll tell you that. I will say that. McKennie trying to close in, but Cuadrado's already there with Sotil. And now Fiorentina working it around the back. 35 minutes in. Oh, man. Juve's really got to work at getting this ball back quicker. Losing the pressure, basically. Allowing a little too much space there. So we're backing off players a little too much. So one of the successes over the past couple of games that's been there for Juve is winning the ball back quickly. We have not lost this amount of possession in quite some time, to be honest. Not this much, not feeling in this manner. Like Fiorentina is really, it's wave after wave. So got to be better in terms of splitting that. Perin gets to that one. It's bouncing and it's going back post there. Yeah, shove there on Milik's back. He's a presence on aerial, that's for sure, with his size. Perin saw the bounce, got in his hands. Anyways, Cuadrado limping around now. We're at 36 minutes and 30 seconds. Working it at the back. Perin's under it. Fiorentina, full press. Over to the side, Danilo. Danilo slots it back. It's Sandro. Sandro gets the foul. And now Juve can regroup under this dead ball. But we got to pick it up here. We got to pick this up. So, yeah, and you know what, Amer? Sometimes you just draw non-Juve fans and whatnot, and they can get in there and they can say things and whatnot, and, you know, it is what it is. It's all banter. We just let them play the games and we support no matter what, right? So, it is what it is. But Fiorentina pressing with everything, and Juve's got to find a way to break these lines and put them under, because if you can't find that, they're going to be able to do that all game. You're in for a long day, and that's kind of what's happening so far. Is we need to find an answer. We've only found an answer maybe a handful of times. I can think of 3, maybe 4. That's not enough. You gotta find answers and quick ways to break those lines and make it hard for them, because if you're gonna break those lines, then it slows them down from being able to do that. Right now, we're making it way too comfortable for Fiorentina to just pin us and make it hard on us, and they're just dominating possession because of it. Cuadrado gets in there and clears that. Sotil lobby in there. It's a strong challenge there. I don't see much in it, to be 100% honest. Cleared the ball, got a little bit of body after. Sotil down. So, Juventini, let's get some thoughts. Are we maybe thinking some changes at half? I don't think Max is going to do that. Not really his style, but how much of it is personnel and how much of it is setup, is what's going on? Like, it's going to be very, very interesting. Like, I just can't figure out why we do not have an answer. It feels like the gap from the defenders to the midfielders is miles apart. They're rendering the regista useless because Fiorentina's pressure. They've marked that out completely. You almost have to break those lines and find Milik or one of the Metsalas that's pushing forward. And Locatelli has not been that option as well as far as one of the Metsalas goes. McKennie a couple times, whatnot, but it's almost like you're forced to find Milik, whatnot, unless we spread our wingers out and start to just try to play off of that on a one touch, right? Maybe a flick on from Milik. They got to find something, because if they cannot break this press and Fiorentina's allowed to do this, this is going to be a long ass game for Juve. So we got to figure this out here. So, Miretti, do you bring Miretti in for McKennie at the half? I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't be against it, John. I would not be against doing that. But maybe, just maybe, a change has to be made. And even if it is systematic, the issues and whatnot, still, you almost do that just to shake things up and wake everybody up, right? Get them into this thing. But right now, getting pinned is just not going to bode well for us. Here's an inside. Locatelli. Or Di Maria, sorry. Di Maria's had to drop back a long way. Here you have Juve trying to get out again, just not being able to. Quadrado pushing things up forward a bit. Not getting the foul call there. Here comes Fiorentina pushing. Sotil over on the side. Bremer's dragged way out of position because Quadrado was the one that lost it. And now he's trying to block that one across going back post. Still in Fiorentina's possession. And Juventus not getting out there and pressuring quick enough. They need to find the pressure. Need to pressure these guys quicker. Here comes Quad sliding in there trying to get this one. Bremer now on it. And he's pinned back, and he just tries to cross it out, and it's in Biraghi. Biraghi's going to cross it in while Bremer's caught out wide. Back post cleared out. And Fiorentina still in possession. Tries to have it back in the mixer, but this one will go to Perin. And Perin quickly launches this thing out. Is he going to be offside? No, he's onside. So quickly launches it out. That's one way to break things up for us. Now we can at least gain field possession. Here's Quadrado. Quadrado scanning. Options are coming, but slowly. Paredes now into Locatelli. Back to Paredes. So it is becoming a little bit of a pivot here, but we have not had enough possession to really figure out Paredes and Locatelli, how that's going to work. Man. Working it inside. Locatelli. Paredes slides out. And now we have a whistle. He's checking VAR on a potential handball to Paredes. So he is checking VAR now. Minutes after. Potential handball for Paredes in the area on that last cross. Oh my. Oh my. It's not looking good, Juventini. That's a pen. It's not looking good. That's a penalty. Yeah. Wow. So that one hurts. Cross in from Sotil. He gets caught arm out. Paredes gets caught arm out. And that hurts. Man. So if it was a deflection off Bremer, you can maybe get away, but straight on, it's just arm out. Here comes Jovic. Jovic standing over this one. Jovic versus Perin. We need Perin to shut this one down. Come on, we need Perin to stop this. Come on. Let's go. Come on, need Perin to stop this one. Jovic. Post and out. Yes! Come on. Post and out. Let that be the wake-up call you need, Juve. Let that be the wake-up call you need. Get into this one. Wake up. Let's go. Perin guesses right. Jovic tries to thread the needle. Post right across goal line and out. Come on. Wake up, Juve. Enough of this nonsense. Time to get into this one. 44 minutes, 30 seconds. Probably going to go into halftime here, all right, on ones. But Fiorentina remains in possession. Now Paredes with a hard challenge in there. And you know what? Let's go. Get back to establishing the pressure immediately. Stop giving guys so much time on the ball. That's been one thing we've been good at in the previous matches. And today we're not doing it whatsoever. Come on. Need to get it going and sort that one out. Just showing the replay of Perin guessing right there and Jovic going post and out on that pen. Milic applying the pressure now. Getting Paredes going in there trying to get the call. Looks like he is going to get the call on a foul there. And it's time to ramp up the pressure. It's time to start winning the ball back. It's time to get into this one, okay? Super flat after scoring that first goal from Juve. And unacceptable, to be honest. The level dropped off tremendously. We know how Fiorentina plays. We know they send bodies forward. But we know that there's opportunities to counter them and to hurt them. But regardless of them sending numbers and the way they play, our possession needs to be much, much better. McKennie now inside to Di Maria. Di Maria scanning, working it. Gets fouled by Biraghi there, goes down. We've got 2 minutes of stoppage time. We're at 46 now, so there's about another minute here before halftime. But, man, we need to start finding a way to get this ball back. Reminder, everybody, like this video while you're here. We're going to get into it in the halftime. We're almost at halftime, and then you guys can fire away with everything that you think and how you would approach this second half for Juventus. There's no doubt about it. It needs to be much, much better. Here's Milik trying to stop one in the area. Just couldn't get that ball to settle for him in the area. But Milik continues to look dangerous with little service today. Okay. But so far, Fiorentina dominating the possession. Juventus unable to really establish themselves in this game at the start. We were looking dangerous at hitting back with them, but unable to establish something that seems very, very sustainable and strong overall. So we're into halftime now, Juventini. Okay, so we've hit halftime. Okay, I'm going to let this one go, and then we're going to get the second half going here. 1-1. Okay, I will bring you the stats here, and let's get into this. Okay, so we've got, let me pull this up here. I know that the possession's probably going to look very, very ugly in this one, and it played out that way. So let's see. Juventus and Fiorentina at the half, and statistically, you've got ball possession at 53% for Fiorentina. I'm not going to lie, it felt way worse than that. Okay, it felt a lot worse than 53% possession for Fiorentina. That's where it finishes. 47 for Juve. 9 total attempts for Fiorentina, with 4 of them being on target. But again, the ones that were on target were rather easily handled by Perin. Okay, so factor that in. 4 total attempts for Juventus, 1 on target. Okay, so we're 1 for 1 for the ones on target. McKennie had an opportunity there, needed to be better from McKennie. Okay, he had to be better on that one. Unfortunately for him, it did not work out as he tried to pass it in on Locatelli. But the problem here still, few and far between for opportunities for Juventus. They need to ramp things up and get it going. We've allowed 4 corner kicks and only taken 1, and we got thrashed on our corner kick because they turned it right back on us. Right now, in the middle of the park, I've said this all the time, it's where games are won and lost, and right now it is not working for Juventus. So again, we're talking about Fiorentina's press. We're talking about how they are able to pin us under, and we are not finding the answer in order to turn it around on them. So Di Maria has had to drop back a hell of a lot in order to help us. He's been the one main source that's been able to help us, but the other two midfielders have not. So McKennie's not been able to establish himself in helping us out of the press. Locatelli's only had about 2 instances where he helped us. The other times he got beat and was easily overtaken in order to win the ball, and Fiorentina turned it back on us. So it needs to be better. We either need to make a decision: are we going off Milik, or are we going to start pushing the flanks and start launching it and allowing them to outrun them? Kostic and Di Maria carry a lot of pace, but that's a very tiring game to play. You almost have to start you need to find one answer. Even if the fullbacks start to drift forward a bit in order to try and be a quick option on a quick hit from the midfielders, you have to figure something out. Something has to change. We are not finding a way to beat Fiorentina's press, and it has to be sorted out. So I don't know the exact answer on how they're going to do it, but Fiorentina is essentially ruling out everyone at the back. They're ruling out the defenders. They're ruling out Paredes. We've had to go beyond that to McKennie, Locatelli, and Di Maria dropping in. Even Milik sometimes. Maybe the answer is Milik because he's looked the best out of all of our guys in terms of the hold-up play and holding it in. Something's got to change. I don't necessarily think just bringing in an immediate attacking midfielder all of a sudden changes everything, but you definitely systematically have to find out how you want to break up that press, because right now we can't. We're making life way too easy for Fiorentina. Let's get to some of your comments here at halftime and see what we are looking like. Alex P saying Paredes is playing like it's League On. There you go. Still. Okay. He started off good and then it faded very fast. So yeah, we got to pick it up there. In terms of Alex P, again, Luca out of position and nowhere to be found. Where are the people who wanted him at Mezzala? Hey, I've had my doubts about this, and honestly, I still think systematically there's got to be something else. We've got to figure this out, but I still have my concerns about him and Paredes like unlocking this mid, and Locatelli doing this Mezzala thing is going to be free and clear. I have my doubts about that. Right now, we've only been able to break Fiorentina through quick passing, but when the options are there, but Di Maria has had to basically free roam for us to do it. So maybe the answer is someone a little more free roaming in the middle. Make your 2 pivots and just have a free roaming mid in order to break those lines. That might be the best because it'll still cover us defensively. Secret of Truth, don't think Fiorentina has the energy to press all game. Oh, the problem is we haven't forced them to not be able to, and they've been able to do it without exerting a whole lot of themselves, right? So that's kind of the concern there, but I hear you. At some point, it's going to have to shut down. We still have to get ourselves engaged and into this game. Tony here, McKennie has to come off and never play again. What a useless player. Wow. So, we had high hopes and thinking he's got to get himself established, especially now that he's got an opportunity playing in the middle of the park and not being used as an outside. This is one of the things recently that Max has gone away from, which is worked to our benefit, which is stop playing guys like Rabiot, stop playing guys like McKennie as outside players. McKennie's got to do much better. And he did have that opportunity that absolutely 1000% had to be a shot on goal, on target. And for that one hurts. But again, we played very poor. It needs to be better overall. Tom Snipes, for me, 4-2-3-1. Di Maria at the cam. So Di Maria basically playing as trequartista. Quadrado at wing and Danilo at right back. McKennie off for Rugani to slot in at center back. So interesting. Going back to Danilo getting over as a right back and bringing in Rugani at center back in order to facilitate Quadrado moving forward up the pitch. Interesting. Again, is is that going to help us break the press? Di Maria has essentially abandoned the right wing in order to get involved and start getting the ball. So even if he's in the hole there, we've got to figure it out. But 4-2-3-1, yeah, maybe just to get McKennie off as well. But then you're bringing Rugani. Do we need a little more? Do we need a little more dynamics in the middle of the pitch? It's going to be interesting to see here. But again, let's carry through with everybody you've got in here. Drugi, Allegri system. Stay in your own half for 90 minutes. Hey, it's a tough go. Tough go today. Frustrating first half. Juventini needs to get way better. We need to get engaged, and we got lucky on that PK, and luckily Jovic wasn't able to bury. So BAT97, now it's time to bring Moretti and Vlahovic in. Wow. So, of course, with Fiorentina, there are opportunities. This is the frustrating part, is that they're susceptible at the back, okay? We can take advantage of them at the back. We just, even with this lineup, we've been able to, we should be able to, and you could see it in the early moments of the game, how wide open. And Fiorentina didn't shut down after we went up 1-0. They kept playing their game. So the opportunities were still there. It's just Juve got so comfortable out of nowhere just because of one goal. And I don't like that, but they failed to find answers. Is Moretti the answer? Maybe. Just maybe. But again, the other thing with Paredes and not being too hard on him, and Alex P kind of brings in there, you can see there's quality in Paredes. It's not there yet. It's literally his first match with Juve. And a lot of the good things we were doing as a team over the past few games, we're not doing in this one. We're making it way too easy for Fiorentina. So the pressure, the amount of pressure we apply on Fiorentina players has to ramp up. We can't allow them to just turn and look up the field and pick out their spots. We have to tighten things up. They absolutely have to tighten things up. So in terms of everybody's feelings, we're all on the same page, okay? There's a lot of frustration in this game for us. The second half needs to be 100% better. Is it going to be any changes coming from Max in this one at half? I don't necessarily know if he gets into any changes immediately. So that's going to be an interesting one. And again, I was talking about how much of it is system. Maybe, just maybe, if you want to go with a two-man pivot though, so say he wants to change it and immediately actually make a two-man base, because these guys at Metsala right now are not helping things very much in terms of McKennie and Locatelli. If you want to make that change and go to your two-man base, then you have to make a change at half. Whether it isn't necessarily a personnel thing, it's more systematic or not, you have to make a change, because if you're going to go to two-man base, it can't be McKennie and it can't be Locatelli that operates as that trequartista almost. So enter Moretti, enter Fagioli, one of those guys, but you'd probably ask Moretti based on his run of form. You would probably go with Moretti. So I'm fine with it. If he decides to make that change at half, I wouldn't even bat an eye, and I'd say just fine. McKennie needs to be way better. Has to be much, much better. So let's see what happens here. Allegri loves McKennie. Maybe so, but it's got to be a hell of a lot better in the second half. So let's see what we can do. Sal coming in here for the money. I should feel better knowing Max has things, not stressed that he's behind the wheel. Hey, that's a very, very fair comment. For the amount that he's making and being one of the highest paid, if not the highest paid Serie A manager, it has to be a feeling where, hey, it's okay, things are going to be under control. And right now, it's not necessarily that feeling, because Max has to reestablish himself. So we're not far off from the second half, getting ready to go underway here, everybody. But a frustrating one. A reminder to the statistics, as we left off the first half. 53% possession for Fiorentina, 47 for Juve, 9 total attempts for Fiorentina with 4 being on target, 4 total attempts for Juve, 1 on target. for a defense like Fiorentina, no disrespect to them, we've got to do better. Absolutely have to do better. So we will see. We will see what happens here. First half. So we've got Anish here who, unfortunately, internet down in his region, couldn't watch the first half. How did we play? Just went over the statistics. We started off the game in the first 15 to 20 minutes was back and forth. Okay, so both teams very, very open, and we were able to move against them. We found a goal early on through Milik. Okay, 1-0. So found a goal through them, 1-0, and then Fiorentina basically essentially dominated possession, and Juve didn't keep things as tight as they should have. We allowed Fiorentina to play. Fiorentina equalized off a corner kick, fast break. So we basically had a corner kick, and we weren't able to regain the possession. They found a streaking forward, Kuami. He closes in, goes all the way to goal, and finds it short side against Perin. Juventus continues after that goal. Wasn't a wake-up call. Fiorentina continued to dominate possession. They got back. They ended up getting a penalty as well on a Paredes handball. Perin guessed right. Jovic tried to thread the needle. It went post, right across goal line and out, and that saved us from being down 2-1 at the halftime. Essentially, Juventus has not been able to figure out how to break Fiorentina's press consistently, Anish, and that's been the problem. So, needs to be way, way better. Now, let's talk about Max Wells here and see what Max Wells has to say. And he's got, Allegri needs to go. He's poor with youth management, and his veterans have not been the answer. So, harsh words on Max, and I think Max is going to be on a short leash this season. We will have to wait to see how the string of results go. We have Vlahovic warming up as we get ready for second half. Will he enter the pitch? We have Moise Keane warming up. All the usuals, okay? All the bench players are out there warming up right now. You see Sule warming up with Vlahovic. You've got Meretti dribbling right now. Maybe, just maybe, we got to change immediately, but usually they have the pennies off and they're in kits when they get ready to go. So we have to wait and see. DeCilio out there, all the guys that are on the bench are warming up, but nobody's got their pennies off and has the tarps off, which usually you will see if you're going to get a change right at the half. So we just got to wait. Maybe no changes. Bonucci coming out of the tunnel, talking to the boys, talking to Danilo, talking to Paredes. Let's see what ends up happening. Fiorentina coming out. They're all coming out of the tunnel together. We're getting ready for the second half, everybody. Let's see what we can do. Fubo's lagging for Tom Sleeps. Oh, yeah. Don't get me started on Fubo, okay? Dom, good summary, Al. Thank you. I wish it was a completely different summary, Dom. I wish I could have had a lot more positives to say about Juve. If I did have to pick a positive, if we did have to pick positives, I would probably say positive is that when we were able to break those lines, man, every opportunity there was dangerous, and we did look dangerous. We had a couple opportunities where Milik just couldn't get the ball out of his feet. Probably ends up different because he looks like he's in fine form. So it is what it is. Let's just see. That's the one positive I could take, is when we do break the lines, we do look dangerous and look like we can hurt Fiorentina. We just have to do it way more often because it wasn't nearly enough. So, Sal, do you think the warm-ups and always genuine, are they used to muddy the waters for the opposing team? Interesting. No, I think honestly, in a game like this where changes can be expected, sometimes the warm-ups are actually legit right there. So, yeah, I think they can be legit because Max is probably getting ready to make some changes. Like I said, it's not like Max to do it immediately coming out of a half, but we might not be far off depending how it goes. Get the likes up. I agree with Sal here. Let's get those likes up. Okay, everybody that's on here with us, let's get those likes. It all helps. Don B, as you said, we got to figure out how to beat teams high press. This has been the worst for us to try and deal with. So got to figure it out. Got to figure it out. Fayez Alfayez. Alberto, this is the last season for Allegri. I promise you, with this performance, it's clear to me captain of this boat is blind. Wow, strong words from Fayez. Fayez, by the way, congratulations. You weren't on the match day live this morning, but Tom Snipes was, and he won you a jersey of your choice. We gave away 3 on the match day live as promised. And everybody hold the phone. So congratulations to Fayez Alfayez on that. And congratulations to Abbas, KT, and to Tom Snipes. Winners of jerseys. Di Maria is the one leaving the field. Di Maria is leaving. That means Cuadrado goes up because De Sciglio has entered the pitch. So Di Maria is the one to come out for De Sciglio, Cuadrado sliding up the pitch. So before we go overboard here and everything, okay, with Di Maria being out, Di Maria was not 100% going into this one, so we don't know exactly his status. So before we go crazy, would you take the risk if there's a higher risk of re-injuring? We don't really know 100%. So we'll have to pump the brakes on that. And we have got kickoff. So second half's kicked off. Let's go. 13 seconds in. Let's see if Juve can get it together. Okay, let's get the chance going. Let's pick it up and let's see if they can bring this victory home here. We got to get her going. Amrabat in the middle for Fiorentina. I'm waiting for the clock to hit where I'm at so I can bring you guys the ticker live, okay? So that's why, if you're wondering why I haven't started the clock. 45:35. We're getting close, and then I'll fire this thing up. Let's go. Again, we're sitting back to start. Fiorentina working it around. Jovic to Amrabat. Fiorentina in control again. Amrabat sliding over. And we're there. 46 minutes. Okay. Tickers are lined up, everybody. We're all set. Fubo, don't let me down. Ooh. Amrabat finding a little bit of space there. Trying to find an angle. He ends up having it out for a corner kick. Oh, that was Barak, actually. I forgot Fiorentina signed Barak. I like him. He's a good player. Very, very strong player. He will be one to watch. He creates problems. I hate that he has low socks, though. I hate low socks in football. Biraghi on the corner kick. In swinger. Going out to the area. Amrabat trying to slow it down. Does get it back in control. Fiorentina on the ball. Over to Amrabat again. Amrabat scanning. Back again. Juve, a little bit of pressure. Not enough pressure. So Fayez saying if we couldn't win this, it will be a bad sign. These Fiorentina matches are becoming brutal, to be honest with you. Always a tough one for Juve, especially at Artemio Franchi here. Inside to Barak. Barak with a one-timer blocked. McKennie now in there. Guys, it's too easy. We've got to pick things up. Cuadrado in control, and Cuadrado plays it straight to Barak. The decision-making is insane right now. And Fiorentina continues to put us under. Here's Sotil inside to Amrabat. Amrabat about 40 yards outside, over to the side. Now they're going to try and slot it into Barak, who gets deep down there, but the ball never coming back in place. So this will be out for a Juventus goal kick. This has got to be better. Yes, that Cuadrado pass, mind-blowing stuff there, Dom. It's actually mind-blowing stuff. Absolutely mind-blowing to me. Game still being played. We can still win. Absolutely, we can still win. We just need Juve to pick things up. Okay, they got to get it together. They got to get it going. It's got to be much, much better from Juve. Cuadrado trying to turn his man. Milik now. And again, no support. There is no support here for Milik. Absolutely nowhere to go. He does well to win a foul in Fiorentina's territory, but absolutely no support. Where are Juve's legs? Let's get moving. Let's get moving. Where are their legs? Come on. It's got to be better. Milik had nowhere to go and no ball to play. Just had to carry it literally himself. And He did well to get that foul. This is, again, where are our legs? Where's the teamwork? Where's the cohesion here? We've got to figure this out. We're just miles apart from one another. So, Juve, free kick, back to Paredes, over to Danilo. Danilo scanning, over to Sandro. Sandro's going to pop one over the top, and McKennie's way offside. Not even close. It's a good run, good idea. That last fullback just stepped in. Otherwise, he would have been on. But again, the decision to, even if you were on in that scenario, to hold the ball up and stop and turn in rather than accept it moving forward, kind of shows you the state of why I believe McKennie is not that attacking mid-style player. It's little decisions like that and little things I see like that. My concerns with Locatelli also trying to be that attacking mid is that he misses runs and misses things that you should spot out if you're going to be an attacking player out of the midfield. So it's just, I have my doubts with those guys. I think we have the guys that need to be the attacking ones out of the middle. And I'm not necessarily sold that it's supposed to be those guys. This is a nice string of ball movement all of a sudden. And we find a right flank that's got space. Cross in from De Sciglio. Oh, looking McKennie's way. Headed out by Fiorentina. That was a much better sequence in terms of passing and in terms of getting in spots, moving your legs. Cleaned up by Danilo there. Very, very nice. Very, very nice cleanup challenge there on Sotil. 50 minutes in, okay. Throw in for Fiorentina. Vlahovic standing from the sideline there, spurring things on. He might enter the fold here, okay. We will wait and see. Luca has no pace. He's not a pacey player. That's not part of his traits there. Quadrado on it, scanning, waiting. Again, tries to pass it through a Fiorentina player. Stopped. Here comes, we're just working it at the back again. Paredes now showing for it. We'll slot it over to Bremer. Bremer will take a look forward. He's scanning. Inside to Locatelli. Locatelli over to the side and not controlled. It was De Sciglio over there, and that's a frustrating pass to miss too. It's an easy pass. They come back at us, and we have to take a foul, and there's a yellow card for Locatelli. All because we can't hit a 8-foot pass. Frustrating. Like, De Sciglio's right there. That's an easy pass to hit, and then you lose it, and then we're forced to make a challenge like that, and you get a card. We are our own worst enemy when we get into these modes. And this game, this is one of those modes where we are our own worst enemy. And we're doing ourselves under here. Kostic trying to close things down on the right side. Sandro does well, stopping his man. Gets fouled there. An easy foul to call. Guame there, the goal scorer for Fiorentina. Basically, just ravaging Sandro, trying to get in there. Just ripping that shoulder back with his arm. Easy call. Okay, Juventus pick things up. Let's go. Control at the back. Danilo slotting over to Bremer. Let's get some chance going. Let's try and pick things up here. Juve, come on. Inside to Quadrado. Quadrado trying to turn his man. Finds Milik. Here comes Milik. He's got Kostic up the side. He's going to play it into Kostic. Kostic has his defender. 1v1. Oh, Kostic makes a nice cut in. He's scanning. Ooh, tries to hit that cross. He's too early to always pull up for cross. Sometimes keep it going. Keep dribbling. Gain that penalty area. Maybe you can draw a foul. A little too early to always look for those crosses, in my personal opinion. I don't know. Frustrating. Frustrating stuff. Can't make 5-foot passes. It's torture. It is torture when we can't hit easy ones and then teams try and turn us. So Milenkovic coming out for Fiorentina. So Fiorentina making a sub here at 53 minutes and 21 seconds. Allegri pacing. The jackets come off. He gets another yellow card. Okay. Got a yellow in the last one as well. Gonna get himself suspended for a game before any of our players do. Max is. Igor on the ball for Fiorentina. Pressure a little loose from Juventus. Tighten things up, boys. Get that ball back quickly. So Fiorentina, Kwame mishandles the ball out for Juventus throw. Come on, you guys. Pick things up here. Let's go. Sandro on the throw here for Juventus. 54 minutes, 10 seconds. Inside, Bremer. Slots it over to De Sciglio, who's going to go back to Perin. Perin's going to take a scan here. No pressure coming his way from Fiorentina. They're just set back. Perin's going to scan. It's going to go over to Bremer. Bremer's taking a look. Back to Perin. A little bit of pressure coming his way now. He's got to go to Danilo. Danilo now. Left-footed pass inside to McKennie. One touch. Inside to Sandro. Sandro in to Kostic. Kostic tried to turn his man. Didn't work out. He's going to apply pressure all the way. Now into the fullback who has it back into the center for Igor. Igor's going to scan and turn things around for Fiorentina. They're going to come up the other side. Fiorentina now finds a line-breaking pass in the middle. Coming up the left flank. So De Sciglio and Quadrado trying to shore things up there on that side. Quadrado with a sliding challenge out for Fiorentina throw. Oh, man, these morning ones, there's nothing like getting up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and then watching Juve just completely struggle. Oh, okay, Fiorentina in possession again. Juve down in their defensive shell, and the pressure is soft and lax from Juve. Come on, get some energy about us. 55 minutes, I'm telling you what, I'm not far off from making a change if I'm Max. We got to get the energy up. We got to do something. You got to shake things up a bit. The Di Maria one I see only as protecting him because he's not 100%, but it's time to make a change that actually will bring up the energy, because Quadrado was part of the first half. Bring a player who wasn't. Bring in Moretti or even Vlahovic, to be honest with you. But Milik's been fine, so I don't know if I bring in Vlahovic just to make it a two-man system, because Milik has been fine with little to no service. But Vlahovic's threat is real. Also, free kicks, should we get one. Right now, if we get a free kick, I'm not sure who takes it. It'd probably be Quadrado. But Fiorentina is in control right now. We are happy to sit back here, so we've got to win the ball back, get the energy going. There's no pressure on Amrabat right now. He's able to just scan and pick out his players. Here's Barak on the right wing. He's going to cut in on Sandro. Scans in, finds a pass in the area. Now Juve's turned it. Quadrado's got his guys trying to turn him, and he doesn't. And there's no foul there. Fiorentina's able to pin us back again. Here's a cross going to the back post. Two Fiorentina players. Here's Sotil. Sotil scanning. Goes outside to Kwame. Kwame. They scan and they're just moving back. And Fiorentina's able to take a look and pick out their passes. It's so controlled for them and easy. And we have no pressure on them. Here's a ball trying to clear it out over to Kostic, and it's cut off. We are completely flat-footed now. There's a cutoff by Paredes. Tries to spring Milik. He's got Quadrado with him. It's basically U2 against 4. Kostic coming up late. Here's Quadrado. He's going to try and beat his man. He tried to beat his man. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. And Igor has the ball. It's out. Corner kick. Corner kick there for Juventus. Igor did well saving it there, but still goes out off him. Man. Quadrado showing his age today. Quadrado's been off for quite some time right now. Like there's been some serious regression there. I expect more, but you're right there. Age showing, whatever. It's just he's not the guy he was. That's for sure. Here comes a corner kick for Juve. Come on, get to the end of this, boys. Find it. I don't care how ugly this is. Put it in the back of the net. Let's go. Here's a corner. That's a good delivered corner. Oh, just couldn't angle that one on goal. Milik. Oh, that's a foul. No call. No call right through Milik while he's shielding. Absolutely no call. Stomped on him, shoulder in the back. I don't know. Looks like an easy one there. Looks like an easy one there. 58 minutes. It's time to get some changes in there. Time to make a change, I think. When you're going into a half hour left in this one, you want to try and turn the tides, and now we have it out for an easy corner kick for Fiorentina. That's a little lazy there from Sandro. Little bit lazy from Sandro. Biraghi, they're waiting for Biraghi to get onto it. This is going to be an in-swinger. Left-footed player. Corner to Perin's left. In-swinger coming up. We're at 59 minutes, 28 seconds. There it is. Corner, headed out, goes to the backside. Now it's on Fiorentina's left flank. They're scanning. Tries to have a quick ball in. Cleared out by Juve. Paredes inside one touch to Locatelli. Locatelli does not get there quick enough. Oh, man. It's time to make some changes, Juve. Max, time to make some changes. Here comes Sandro inside Locatelli. Locatelli inside to Milik. Milik has some time to take a look. Now Juve has some possession. Cuadrado over to the side. He's going to quickly cross it in, and it's going back post all the way over to Kostic. Kostic tries to one-touch it in, and that becomes a lob easily handled by the keeper. These decisions we're making, the decisions need to be better here. B1897, I think Allegri will leave this season. No improvement so far. Is Di Maria okay? From what I gather, I think it's just preventative. I haven't seen or heard anything. I'm also not linked on Twitter at the moment. I will pop in just to see if they say anything or if they have said anything in terms of Di Maria. Nothing said. So it most likely is just, it most likely is just precautionary because he wasn't 100% coming into this one, okay? So I think that's all it was. Locatelli scanning but taking his time, and he just pumps this one up. It's too slow. Everything about this game is too slow, and there's just nothing for us in the first half. And Fiorentina's looking to make 2 more changes. Max needs to react before this one gets becomes a complete takeover. Max needs to react. He has to react here. Di Maria was the one that was helping, especially in how he started to play quite freely. But now you see 2 changes for Fiorentina. Mandragora coming in for Male, Icone coming in for Kouame, and Max has to react. He's got to step it up and react. John saying not many options on the bench today to change the game here besides Miretti and potentially Sule. Yeah, that's kind of it. We do have Vlahovic, so I wouldn't take Milik off, to be honest, because I think he's done very, very well. But maybe do go with 2 forwards. I definitely think you got to change it to a 2-man base in the middle of the park, and I would not mind bringing an attacking mid like Miretti in. Ooh, Barak. Again, it's too easy. Ooh. Way too easy. Way too easy for Fiorentina. They're simply allowed to turn and look and pick their passes. Has to be better. Has to be better. Our legs are not about us. Here you have 2 changes. Here we go. So you have Keane and Miretti set to come on. Miretti will take off Cuadrado, and Keane will take off Kostic. So we're going to leave this 3-man mid the same. Miretti is actually going to be brought on playing out wide. And Keane's going to come in to replace the opposite wide player. Interesting stuff. So Max does not want to go with 2 young guys in terms of Miretti out of the mid as an attacking mid and Sule out wide. He would rather bring in Keane with some experience and move Miretti there, keeping the midfield base the same. Honestly, fine with these subs. Let's go. Keane's got to show something, though, because he's been basically completely ineffective so far this season. McKennie with a brutal giveaway there. Brutal giveaway from McKennie. There's a header, and it goes over goal, and again, brutal turnover in the middle of the park there, and that one was from McKennie. The guys that are getting on the ball are just not quick-witted enough today. We're allowing Fiorentina so much time, and it's the reverse for us. Our guys are not getting the time, and they're making the wrong decisions. Here's a long ball into Moise Kean, who does very well to settle that one. Chests it down, goes back to Sandro. Sandro all the way back to Danilo. So Juventus in possession now. Paredes over to Bremer. Bremer scanning inside to Paredes. Paredes into Locatelli. Locatelli scans. He's got nowhere to go. It's closed down immediately, and it's turned over again. The same way we should be closing Fiorentina down, we are not doing it, and they are closing our mids down very quickly, winning the ball back in our area and putting us under. They are playing a strong game, and we are not matching it whatsoever. We are making life far too easy. 65 minutes, it's got to be way better. McKennie is having a shocker today. I don't think I would have left him in. The guys that he brought in, I'm fine with for Max, but I don't know if I leave McKennie in this game. And to be fair, even Locatelli has struggled in this one. This midfield trio has just not been good, to be honest. They work it out to the outside. Moise Kean trying to close things down. Here's a cross. Ooh. Danilo stretches out to clear that thing out. And he's hurt. He's feeling it. Might have landed awkwardly. Looks like an ankle problem potentially. But he does, very well. Oh, man. Perrin was there, but you don't take that chance there. Cleared it. Very close. Very close to short side of our goal, but he clears it. But now he's hurt. If Danilo leaves this match, it's down to Gatti or Rugani. So everybody, what do? If Danilo can't continue, who do you pick? Gatti, Rugani? Not going to lie to you. I'm fine with either, to be honest. But this is... Arash says, I don't think that McKennie is having a shocker. That is what he has always been. Wow. Don B says, bring in Rugani. Whatever you do, don't tell me we take this next corner kick. Down Danilo's not able to get back into the pitch. So we might be one guy less on this corner kick. 67 minutes, 10 seconds. Let's see. Here comes Biraghi in swinging kick. Danilo's off the pitch. He's trying to jog. Trying to get it going. Runs in front of Biraghi. Love it. There's a corner kick cleared out by Juventus. Danilo hobbling. Looks like he's trying to get back into the pitch here. Standing next to the linesman. Cross goes all the way over goal out to the other side. Still hasn't been out. And we watch it out. Probably to allow him to get back onto the pitch. My God. Hector. What's happening, bro? What's happening? We're 1-1 with Fiorentina, and we've been outplayed for almost the match's entirety. Outside of the opening 15-20 minutes. We got to figure it out. Okay. Let's see here. Come on. Kean heads in. It's Milik. Milik scanning. Taking a look. He's getting closed down quickly, but has it out to the outside. Here's DeCilio. Here's a cross back post. Oh, it's inside. Kean gets a foul. Moretti tried settling that. Oh, man. Yeah, Keane's grabbing Kit, stomps a foot, crosses a little off, and we're settling for crosses here. It's gotta get better here. This ugly football won't get us anywhere. Yeah, it's honestly, it's tough. It's this is for me worse than the second match of the season against Sampdoria. This is worse. And again, different personnel, different style of play, different changes. Like, we're still asking questions. It's early on in the season. We're still asking questions. And that's fine. This is the time to ask those questions. But if it ain't working, still got to try your best to bring in results and just turn the tides for us. It's got to be way better. Keane trying to turn out with 3 guys in the top of our area. Loses it. Back in Fiorentina's possession. Decisions. Oh, Ikone with a turn there. Cross inside. Here comes Barak. Oh, closed down by Paredes there. He does well there. There's a foul. No call. Play on. Cross back post. Jeez. Juve being put under. We're at the 70-minute mark. There's 20 minutes left in this one. And Juve pinned back. And they just see it out right now. There might be a player injured. DeCilio having it out. Calling for him to get this ball out of here. Sandro getting clipped in the back. And I don't think he got up. Man, it's got to be better. B1897, Max is changing the squad every single match. Why? Yeah, I mean, this is one of the things is one of the main things when you talk about Juventus here. You've got getting the rotation going, but keeping the play happening. When on this one, we're not going to our 4-2-3-1 base. We're sticking at 4-3-3. You've got Locatelli. You've got McKennie. My question going into it was, I said it on the Match Day Live. I said it in a tweet yesterday. How would that midfield play out when you've been doing a 4-3-3 that turns into a 4-2-3-1? You basically take out that dynamic player in this setup. The dynamic player is Moretti. When Pogba comes back, he becomes that dynamic player. Fagioli can be that dynamic player. But when you go Locatelli, McKennie, it's very straightforward. I'm not sold on Locatelli being this Mezzala. Like everybody on Twitter seems to be telling me that's his natural position. I don't believe so. He is naturally a 2-man pivot player all day. He's a natural 2-man pivot midfielder. I will scream that from the top of the mountains in the city I live in. He is a 2-man pivot midfielder. That's it. That's what you get. You'll get some goal contributions here and there. He is not a Mezzala. He can do it. He can cover in those spots, but it's not a go-to for us. And in this one, rotation, whatnot, Paredes' first match with Juve, he's getting pressed like crazy. Our entire team's getting pressed like crazy. And we are not pressing them. We stopped trying to get the ball back immediately. You can't let teams just do this. I hate how Juve is happy to concede possession. I hate that. And to be honest, it makes no sense to me. We've cranked down the pressure. We didn't have this midfield with Pirlo, and we only got outpossessed in like 3 games all season. So don't tell me it's the players. We need to establish more pressure. They're just happy to be in this defensive shell. How are we going to win this game not getting another opportunity? It needs to be better. Fiorentina is just allowed, look at this, they are allowed to just pick the ball up and take a look, regardless if we have 3 players surrounding the ball. We didn't have our legs about us against Spezia, and now we don't have our legs about us against Fiorentina. You have to work hard. Quality will not be surpassed by just parking the bus and sitting back in a shell. Hard work needs to compensate for a lack of quality. The work rate must always be there. That's the one thing I will never sacrifice. The work rate needs to be there. This is a frustrating watch, Juventini. This is a very, very frustrating watch. I will say this. Come on. Fiorentina just allowed to control. We're closing in on 75 minutes. They're just passing this ball about, waiting for opportunities to cut in. Keane finally with a challenge in there to win the ball. And Sandro takes about a year to make a decision as what he's going to do with the ball. Finally, we find Paredes. Finally, he has it up the side to DeCilio. And now we can move up the pitch here. DeCilio inside. Locatelli taking his sweet time as well. Back again to Bremer. Over to Locatelli, who slotted over to the side. He's scanning. He's got nowhere to go. Nowhere to find. All the way back to Bremer. Bremer inside. Milik has come all the way back, level with our midfielders. And midfielders aren't moving. Over to DeCilio. DeCilio inside Locatelli now. Locatelli scanning. Inside to Milik. Tried to go back to Locatelli. Cut off. Not a give and go style player. Not a give and go style player. Pace isn't there. Locatelli on it again. Over to Miretti. Miretti over to Keane. Keane back. Sandro scanning. Over to Danilo. Danilo's going to pick it up. Carry it forward. Inside. Trying to find. Oh man. Just couldn't get that ball to settle. McKennie. But he does get a foul. Send some bodies forward, create some havoc, try and steal a greasy goal. Like, that's pretty much what this game has come down to. Come on. Steal this one. That's all we can hope for is stealing something, because our performance has not been deserving of the 3 points in this one. So if we do get the 3 points, it's an absolute steal. And I hate it when we have to steal matches, but I'll take it. But my God, does that be better? No call there on Milik. Fiorentina, again, space. They're turning back. Our backline backs off. Our midfielders allowing time and space. McKennie finally closes it down. Here's a cross going to the back post. Sandro's going to see this one out for a goal kick for Juventus. And I will say this, life is crazy saying at least Paredes moves the ball quickly. And I will agree with that. At least he's been moving it quickly. But again, we eventually move it to a spot and the support is just not there. So I don't know if this is too many. I don't know if this is Paredes is new and whatnot. And Milik is starting a game from the start. Who knows? But we do have Fagioli. We do have Bonucci that are on the sidelines looking like they're going to come in and get into this game. Miretti does well to win the throw-in for Juventus there. 77 minutes. Fagioli for McKennie should happen. Because regardless if McKennie and Locatelli have both been bad in this one, I'd still leave Locatelli out there. Go to your two-man pivot. Push Fagioli forward. Let him be the attacking mid out of that trio. So Bonucci's going to come on. Alexandro's going to come off. That'll probably move Danilo over to left back. And I'm waiting to see Fagioli, who was standing next to Bonucci, but doesn't appear he's there ready just yet. So Fagioli standing back still, so not just yet. I don't know what you'd be waiting for. It looks like McKennie is coming to the line, so maybe they are going to flip it now. Oh, Fiorentina's making a couple changes. Jovic comes out. Barak comes out. Zerkowski comes in. Cabral comes in for Jovic. I would have had Fagioli in there at 78th. I mean, why are we giving him even less time to operate in? The midfield's been an issue this game. It shouldn't be the last piece that you address, in my personal opinion. Here comes McKennie. He's got Biraghi on him. He's going backwards all the time. DeCilio has a ball up the line. It's Miretti. Miretti trying to work his way through. He's battling, but just couldn't come away with the ball. Here comes Fiorentina, slotting it over to the right flank. It's Akoni. Keane comes back, gets in position defensively. Fiorentina still in control. Ball played out wide. Danilo was late to react there, but it goes beyond Zerkowski and out for Juve goal kick. 79 minutes, 15 seconds. Oh, we're running out of time if we're going to steal this one. Come on, Juve. Surprise me. Get a greasy one. Get any type of goal whatsoever. I'll take anything at this point. Find one. Sotil cuts inside. A little bit of pressure there from DeCilio, and then Milik couldn't just take that ball back, so Fiorentina remains in possession. Here's Akone scanning. All their players have so much time to just pick and choose and make decisions. Stepped in there by Danilo, still couldn't get Zerkowski, still on the ball. Milik now stepping in. We're all completely back. The entire team has been completely back for almost the entire second half. Wild stuff. No pressure, no legs, no energy. Happy to concede possession here. Keane closing in on Zerkowski. Scanning. Look at this. Just an easy play. And Amrabat, so much time to pick his cross and choose. And oh, here's a little 1-2. Corner kick won by Sotil against Bonucci out there. Vlahovic warming up. Stretching out now. Sule warming up. 80 minutes. 80 minutes. Waiting too long. Waiting way too long. If you're going to react with those types of names, like Vlahovic, if you're going to react with Vlahovic, it would have been done by now. But the midfield is shocking to me that we waited a long time for a change when it was struggling. Amrabat just has it off of our player, Danilo. It's going to go throw in, and again, Fiorentina right back at possession. Juve struggling here, just so much time for Fiorentina. They just continue to work it around, try to find avenues. This is what tires teams out too. Like Juve, of course you're going to be gassed. You've been on the back foot for the game's entirety pretty much. And you're spending all your time running around chasing Fiorentina players because you've surrendered so much possession. Oh, Miretti gets cleaned up, split by two defenders. Couldn't come away with it. Keane tries to find him on the break there. And that's what we're rendered to, is just these breaks. Danilo cleans that up. Miretti dropped all the way back to pick it up. Danilo, bad touch there. Gives himself a 50-50. Goes in hard anyways. Gets the throw in for Juve. He's laboring. Danilo's put in a shift today. And he's had to with us parking it pretty much. So Danilo putting in a hell of a shift. Here comes Fagioli, 82nd minute. Fagioli comes in, Paredes comes out. So Locatelli drop in. You'll have McKennie and Locatelli on the sides. Locatelli will drop back. You'll have McKennie and Fagioli on the sides. Unless they want to slot Fagioli to the side and pull Miretti into the midfield, which also could happen. But again, Danilo on the sideline again. He's laboring. Another stoppage. Trying to figure out what exactly they're going to do here. The water boy for Fiorentina picked up a yellow card. I can honestly say that's the first time I've seen that. How was Paredes' game from Hector? Listen, It was all right. Um, had a handball called against him. We were lucky not to concede on that PK. Jovic hit post and right across goal and out. He moved the ball quickly enough, showed some defensive prowess in certain areas. Overall, okay, just okay, I'd say. Not great, not awful, just okay was how his game was. Keep in mind, this is his first game with Juve. So, all in all, just okay. That's what I would say. 84 minutes. Can Juve kickstart my Saturday by stealing this one some way, somehow? I don't necessarily feel like another goal's coming. This second half has been all on the back end. So I'm going to fill you guys in on the possession here. This is crazy. So second half, Juve's got 0 attempts. Not even an attempt in the second half. 36% possession for Juventus second half. And to be honest, it felt like even worse in the second half from Juve in terms of possession. Here's Icone. He's cutting in. Kicks one, takes a deflection, goes out to the right side. McKennie's on it, and he's just going to launch the ball forward. We're going to try and hold things up with Moise Keane. He's going to try to turn his man. He does very, very well. He is taking on 2 men on his own, able to win the foul there. But absolutely wild in terms of the numbers in the second half. Juve has done absolutely nothing in the second half. So Arash says the trio playing right now is his ideal midfield. So Fagioli, Locatelli, and McKennie is his ideal midfield. You can elaborate in the chat there, but my lord, this might be the most true statement I've seen. You really need to love Juventus to watch it. Hey, I feel that. I feel that today. McKennie making an absolute, oh my God, just these touches and high kicks, and it's just messy out there. So Hector's saying, sometimes I think they don't make any attempts because maybe he's scared of making a huge mistake that could cost us a match. And it's happened before. Sometimes it's hard to understand. We haven't even been in an area to take an attempt in the second half. So it's much more than these guys being nervous about taking that attempt and not getting the goal or whatnot. We haven't even been able to think about taking a shot or have an attempt in this second half. That's how bad it's been. We have been slow. We have been lazy. There has been no work rate in this second half. We have allowed Fiorentina possession, and we have not pressured them at all. They continue to have so much time to make decisions and pick out their passes and pick out their players. That's the part that frustrates me. Work rate should never be sacrificed. Get working. Get that ball back when you don't have it. There's a shot from Amrabat. And nerve-wracking times for Juve here because, again, they have the opportunity, they have the time, they have the space. So Teal finds Amrabat here. He takes a rip, and Perin has to parry it over and away from goal. Curling, going up close to probably hitting the bar and going in, to be honest. Probably bar down on that one. Perin doesn't get to it and parry away. Here comes an in-swinging cross. Fiorentina battling for it at the back post. Goes out. It's going to be a corner kick for Fiorentina. Perin losing it here. Bobby Oaksall saying slower in every aspect. Not enough drills to be instinctive? Question mark. I don't know what it is. I don't know if we train these guys too hard, but then you have a guy like De Ligt who leaves for Bayern that's not fit enough for their training. And there's a header from Fiorentina. That one goes over the goal. 88 minutes, 30 seconds. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but this is the one thing I always continue to say about Juventus that I would never sacrifice. And for me, it's the energy, it's the work rate. Because if you're going to have rotation as far as the players go and whatnot, and maybe the quality suffers, maybe your whole cohesion and whatnot has to change because of the rotations, the work rate should never suffer. The work rate always needs to remain and be at the highest level. We cannot play this sit back and be content with it. You have to work to get the ball back quickly. The press needs to happen. It can't just fade away completely for an entire game. It's fine that you can't press steady for an entire game, but you have to be able to put more than a first 20 minutes of a match together for a press. Like maybe 20 minutes, stop here. Hey, here's another wave where we're going to start trying to get that ball back quicker. It's been nothing from Juve outside of that opening goal that they scored and then 20 minutes. Outside of that, it's been all Fiorentina and Juve looking happy to basically just play sitting back like that. Now we're just launching balls forward. Milik's running onto it. There's been nothing from Juve in the second half. This is the worst half of football I've seen Juve play in a long time. This has been completely abysmal from them. Not even a chance to think about shooting, let alone that we have no attempts. Like, not even a chance to think about one of our players having a go. It's crazy. It is crazy. Worse than Spezia. This is worse than Samp by miles. Miles. Crazy. We're in extra time. We're in added time. We get 4 minutes, Juventini. Hey, let's get the chant going anyways. Hope for some type of miracle, some type of grease job some way, somehow, in a half where we get 0 attempts. But Fiorentina just looks like they're not giving up possession. Why would they? Mandragora. Biraghi cross. Cleared out by Juve. And again, only so far. Fiorentina back in possession. Igor scanning. He's going to slot over to the right side, and he's allowed to carry up. Take a look. Amrabat's got space here. Cross it in. Why not? We have nobody marking you. Take your time. Take a look. Try and spot one out. Why not? My Lord. My Lord. Oh, 91-47. Fino alla fine. Fino alla fine. Maybe they find one and we can steal this. It would be an absolute robbery. An absolute robbery in a second half where we got nothing. But you never know. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me how we can see this team and what they're capable of against a Roma side that's pretty dangerous and just go flat against Spezia. Like, Fiorentina, no disrespect to them because they have a game, they have a plan, they play it. But still, you're telling me we can't get a shot against this Fiorentina side? Like, it's any team in the world you should at least be able to get an attempt on. And here goes. Here's a cross in. And Juve just fighting to see this one out. Unbelievable, Juventini. I'm with you, Sal. Like, to get 1 out of this, to get 1 point out of this, because if they're scoring that PK, we play like this, there's no chance. No chance we would have come back the way we played this one out. We would have had, but you know what? We would have had to open up and play this game. That's a problem. That's frustrating. Back post attempt there. Moretti causing enough problems for Zukowski's shot to just go high. 93 minutes, 31 seconds. You got 30 seconds left. Juve killing time. Not sure what Max is yelling at on the sideline to hurry up or go for it. Like, it's 93 minutes and 50 seconds, Max. What are we doing here? What are we yelling at? What are you yelling at now at 93 minutes and 50 seconds? There's full time. Wow. Holy everybody. This is unreal. Next one. Catenaccio ball with Allegri. Wow. That's a frustrating one. So our idea of defense is just standing in front, hope for the opponent to make an errant pass. Oh man, this is a frustrating one, Juventini. So we have final score unwatchable coming in from Animesh. Life's crazy. Can't take these games. Animesh 1-1. No, hey, we didn't even have an opportunity in the second half. It's Allegri's bullshit football. He's acting for Nedved and Arriva Bene in terms of the shouting at the end of the match. Look, Juventini, we have full time. It's 1-1. I'm going to get into it here. Of course, we have our post-match podcast, which is going to be live. Okay, we're going to get into the reactions and the aftermath tomorrow after probably emotions run dry, whatnot. But right now, I'm right in the middle of this, and I'm going to get into it with all of you, okay? Real quick, I'll give you all the statistics before we talk about this, but you essentially have this, okay? You essentially have this. You have these stats because I already talked about it, and it's essentially Juventus doing absolutely zero, zilch, nada, nothing in the second half, okay? Absolutely nothing. So the stats in the second half for Fiorentina, and obviously it's a landslide in everything. I mean, you've got 60% total possession in the second half for Fiorentina. That's total game. This is total game possession. In the second half alone, it was 66% possession for Fiorentina in the second half. Juve finishes with 0 attempts. Okay, 66% possession ends up being helping Fiorentina get 60% total possession. All game, Juve gets 4 attempts with 1 on target. All match, Fiorentina 16 attempts, 5 on target. Juve played awful. Okay, they played awful. This one was awful. Okay, there's not a lot of good things to take out of this one if we're being completely honest. The one thing I will always say that I don't want to see suffer is the energy and the work rate. And if we want to get through these matches, and some Juventini want to say that it's the quality on the pitch, we can't keep things going. Look, you make up for quality. The teams that give us hard times don't have as much quality as we do. But what do? They go out there and they work and they fight and they get after it. They don't give us 7 seconds to make a decision to turn around with the ball and pick out your players. We did that for Fiorentina. We allowed them the ball. We allowed them space. We allowed them to take a look and choose what they wanted to do, how they wanted to progress the ball. We don't have our legs about us. I don't know why. Is it a rotation thing? Is it our overtraining or whatnot? I have no idea. But against Roma, we allowed them no room to breathe. Not in the first half, and even did okay in that aspect in the second half. Today, oh my God. Outside of the opening 15 to 20 minutes, our legs were done. And we didn't pressure them whatsoever. You can't play like that. You cannot play that way. The only way to compensate for lack of quality is effort, hard work, and determination, okay? This one, you want to talk the players, the creativity, the quality. It doesn't matter if you can't even get the ball back. Creativity, all that doesn't even matter because we stopped winning the ball. We weren't winning the ball. You don't have that effort and that hard work rate, none of the rest matters. You can put your creative players there, whatever. It's not going to happen because you're not winning the ball. You're not winning the ball. And then the same thing. When you do win the ball, you get it. Even if you have the right guys on the pitch, the legs still have to be there. We were lazy. We were so lazy in this one, and we were second best all over the pitch. That's unacceptable. I don't care who's on the fit. I don't care who's on the field for Juve. Unacceptable. That's the part that kills me the most. The effort and the work rate. The rest, sure, guys are going to make errant passes. Guys are going to make mistakes. Guys are going to make decisions. I will never, ever be okay with us playing lazy and not fighting to get that ball back. That's the part I will never, ever sacrifice, okay? That's how I feel, Juventini. And this was frustrating. In terms of the changes, he tried to make changes, but for me, it was a little bit shocking if you're going to make that change to keep the midfield, which was struggling the most, the same. I thought that might have been something that needed to change a little bit sooner. So it is what it is, you know. I can't get behind a performance like that and try to find positives, because for me, the bare minimum, which is effort and work rate, was not there. We were happy to be second place all over the pitch there. Should never, ever happen. And I won't be happy with that. That is a match I hope I never see a half of football like that, okay? Absolutely crazy frustrating for me to take in, Juventini. Let's see. We got Sal coming in here. I'd be embarrassed to try to get a new Juventino on board and whatnot. When they play like this, it's tough. You know, I have friends out here and they support other clubs and whatnot. And when they watch Juve because of me and whatnot, it's frustrating when they put this out and they go like, man, they're just really struggling today. And, you know, you bite your tongue and just not want to say what you want to say, which is today. Is the frustrating part is that what we've talked about, the effort, the work rate and everything, like that's way too close to being the norm. Way too close to being the norm. And that's what's scary. That's what's scary. They got to snap out of this. Like, there's no way any manager can watch that and be like, yeah, this is what we want to do. This is what we want to achieve. But you have to figure out an answer. This is way too much of the same. So whatever it is, you have got to figure it out. If it's personnel, if it's the energy, if it's these guys are too tired, whatever the hell it is, it's up to the guys involved, players, management, staff, to figure it out. They need to figure it out. They have to do it, and they have to do it fast. They have to do it fast. So I'm going to start taking some of your comments, guys, and we'll talk about this. He was just thrown in all directly. Tony, I'm just baffled from almost 2-0 to losing a game. I don't think with Allegri we will go far away. Just because we have PSG game in midweek, he just saved players and bench like we are going to win. I mean, here's the thing. Again, I will go back to this. The rotation, the games you have upcoming with PSG and everything, all that. And we know Max is a manager of the season as a whole, and he breaks the season down into sections and whatnot. I get all that. But regardless, again, saving players, doing rotation, regardless, the guys that are on the pitch, the bare minimum is to work and fight. So you absolutely have to do that. Okay. So regardless of all that, you just can't surrender that fight. It has to be there. So for that part is extremely frustrating. Frustrating match. Juventini, there's not a whole bunch to say out of this in terms of performances, in terms of man of the match. I will say this. Who would you choose as man of the match for this one? If you had to pick a man of the match, even though it's hard for this one, I say, to be honest, Milik. Probably Milik, maybe Bremer. Between those two. Milik did well for such little service and whatnot, right? Perin, we got a shout for Perin. Great one. Perin, love it. I went Milik or Bremer. Perin's getting a ton of shots. We got a couple more for Bremer. Good shouts. Those guys killed themselves. But unfortunately, like I said, it's still massively, massively frustrating. And we're undefeated. We've only allowed 2 goals in 5 matches, but we still have a long, long way to come. Okay, Juve's got a long, long way to come. The dip in these matches, it can't be like that. Sassuolo was okay, and arguably because Di Maria's early goal opened things up, but it was a good game to watch. The next one, Sampdoria, was absolutely poor. It was a poor match. The one against, after that, Roma, good match. Good match. Building blocks laid, move forward. Now this one, hey, again, I have concerns about some of the pieces once Paredes comes in and where we're going to shift guys. I have concerns about that. So I think you go back to that 4-3-3 that turns into a 4-2-3-1. The Metsalas today were not the answer, and that was not the answer. And this is 2 matches because the Sampdoria was the same. We mirrored their formation. That was awful. You should write that one off. But Spezia, again, how we want to break these teams down, it's got to be better. Fiorentina, today, no answer for the press. If you don't come up with an answer for a press, and it comes down to not being personnel, but it's system, you've got to change it. You've got to figure it out. Because we didn't have an answer for it. In the second half, they didn't have to press. Because we couldn't even hold possession. We couldn't even get the ball back. So Fiorentina didn't even have to press. They were in a press naturally based on how we played. Frustrating stuff. This team has a long, long way to go. We are fortunate to take 1 point out of this one, in my personal opinion, because we didn't deserve it. If we would have stole 3 points, we would have had to call the cops on ourselves because it would have been absolute robbery, all right? So they need to get things together. I am incredibly frustrated. The emotions, I'm still hot, okay? I expect far, far more from this team, and we all should, Juventini, okay? Because that should not take place. There is nothing a manager can tell me in a press conference. There's nothing a player can say to me in a press conference other than we need to work way harder after watching that game. That's all that needs to be said. We need to work way, way harder. And there's nothing you can say. Unacceptable to go through a half of football, regardless of who you play. I don't care who you play, without a sniff of an attempt, okay? We're not talking about a shot on target. We're talking about an attempt. I can't take that. I can't take that anymore. This team did more previously with less quality team. We all have agreed, and everybody's been talking about it. The quality of this team has increased. There is no way this team on paper should be unable to generate an attempt on Fiorentina. So I will not accept it. Frustrating one, Juventini. Again, going to get the emotions out. We're going to do the post-match podcast tomorrow morning live at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you're here with us, okay? As always, drop a like here before you take off. Much, much appreciated. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. That's all Juve all the time. Congratulations again, regardless of the 1-1 result. Congratulations again to Fayez Al-Fayez, Tom Snipes 10, and Abbas KT, who each won a Juve 22-23 kit of their choice this morning. So at least we have that positive. Thank you all for the continued support. This was a tough watch along to do, okay? I wish it was better. I always wish it was better and we have wins to celebrate. But again, let's all regroup. Let's get together tomorrow live for the post-match podcast where we'll tackle the news. We'll break down this game a lot further, talk about key moments, key points, break down players' performances, and then we'll talk about everything big picture and look ahead to, of course, PSG midweek, which now looks terrifying if it wasn't already. So let's regroup, meet back tomorrow. Everybody take care. Ciao tutti. Thank you for the kind words, okay? Fayez, much appreciated, okay? I will continue to do my thing regardless of what Juve does on their side. I ain't going anywhere, everybody, okay? It's fino alla fine, no matter what. Forza Juve. We'll talk tomorrow. Ciao tutti. Enjoy your Saturdays regardless of this outcome, okay? Enjoy your weekends. We will talk tomorrow. Ciao.